Balasek. What a name, brother. What a name. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're going to play some Blitzerinos, guys, today, because why the hell not? I haven't been playing on stream, and I tend to do that, and then I regret it, and then we're good to go. That's basically the logical flow of things on the stream. No, Ronaldo, I didn't have time to set up a what do you call that thing? An arena tournament. I might do that one after the stream. I set it up for tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, Mr. Baron in the house. An Aussie encounter. Oh, I want to try this. I so want to try this. This is the absolute dog shit line with Rook A3. This is baby so good. Please play A5. Damn it. Man doesn't know what's good in life. Let's go. Let's go, babeski. Let's go. Smart world. Howdy. Alright, let's go. I mean, come on. A4, H4. It has to happen, right? If you don't do it, are you even playing chess? Let's go. Always sack the exchange, baby. Oh, wait, what? Hello? Isn't it gonna be like 96? Oh, man. Hold the front door. I have to do this, right? It's illegal to not do. So take, check, king back, check, king here. Ooh, that's a problem. Okay, so what I can do here is check, check, king back, queen g4, check, king here, and then take this. Booyah, baby! Bring it! Bring it! Bring it! So do we want here or here? Oh, I have a brilliant idea. This is how this game is gonna end. Bishop here, rook here, check, king f8, bishop h6 mate. Ay, 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 ay. Love and life. Oh man, what a game for a first game of the stream. Shit, I missed that. That's why I needed to go bishop d3. Okay, at least we learned that now. So did I completely botch this game or not quite yet? Okay then, game over. GG. Oh baby! But I feel like I slightly ruined it. So, I don't know, maybe bishop d3 was the better choice here. Against this, they still have bishop... Oh, but then I can take this. Oh, I can take here. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder. By the way, that was also... Ay, 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 ay. That was rough going, man. Maybe bishop b2 was correct. So bishop f5, I went to take. So rook f6 is only, right? Because rook f7 loses to bishop h5. And here, we have choices. g4 was the thing I was looking at, actually. And I do think it's a good move. g4, bishop takes b1, I reckon, is more or less forced. Rook g6 allows... Oh. No, rook g6 allows check, check, so that's not playable. So bishop b1. And I thought I would just take back. And then g5, and the bishop is gonna come in on the light squares with some oomph. Yeah, so the full game went like this. First 7 moves are pawn moves. And then knight e6 was here the move. Then check. By the way, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not so sure if I have got an easy win here. Oh yeah, bishop d3. Never mind, because check. I was looking to play knight here, knight mate, but against that e5 is somewhat effective. But bishop d3 is brutal. Yeah, nice aggro chess. Yeah. So king went back, and I almost went for this idea here. I wanted to force this and then get the bishop on the diagonal, but he king f8 and I die. So I'm glad that I went check here and then take rook f8. And here I played bishop e2. This is the point where I'm not sure if I played the best move. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool, man. That was cool. Alright, let's have one more. Let's have one or two more. Is it true that Levy is joining the coach champs both as a player and a coach? Not sure. Not sure. By the way, guys, don't forget to check out the merch shop. Sweet Blues, you just missed the game of the year, buddy. You just missed game of the year, brother. Oh my god! I was asleep. Fuck. Ay. Coach plays the Caro-Kann by accident. Ay. Oh my god. What am I doing? H5 is the other big variation. This one is an attempt to go into the some kind of a French. I don't like that particular line too much, and this one I do. So yeah, that's why. Well, it's two completely different ideas, Jazz. So it's apples and pears, or you call it whatever you want. Okay, can I go f6 here, or is that suicidal? Let's go. I want to blast it open because he has got back rank fest. And yeah, if I can castle queenside and break with e5. I think he already misplayed this. I like this position a lot for black now. Jesus Christ, the alien gambit. Oh my god. I wish you hadn't said that. Okay, do we want queen c7 castles, or do we want e5? Let's go queen c7 first. It's a bit more... Yeah, I know you were. Okay, now e5. So he wants to castle here too, but d4 is gonna sting, no? Also, rook g8 is an interesting idea to tickle this a little bit. Let me just think. Yeah, maybe I should have played e5 right away. Maybe I was a bit too slow. I don't know how good d4 is. After bishop f2, I might be hurting myself. But I will do it anyway, because why not? Knight b4, king b1. This knight is shite here. They really don't know how to unshite it. I don't like what I'm doing, but I wanted to play moves, so I decided to speed things up. Oh, Mr. Thompson in the house! Mr. Thompson, you missed the game of the year if you were not here 5 minutes ago. I regret to inform you that what you missed might have been the game of the year. I sucked in knight c5 to some degree. Please don't forget to smash the like button on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, can I go back here? Take e5, knight e5 at least activates my knight. Ooh, we are facing a3 here. Ay, this is gonna get ugly. Oh, hello. Hello, why? 4 whites in the house. Thank you. Oh, shit, I have no time. Okay, let's go here. I hate this move, but I don't see anything better. Alrighty, buddy. We're going to have a look at it momentarily. Yeah, we're getting gutted on the long diagonal now. Ay. This was a bad game. Oh, I just missed that shit. Actually, no. This is pretty good for us. This is one of the best things that could have happened. I actually would win this game if I weren't short on time. Because now for the exchange, I have got the 2 central monsters. It's all G. Yeah, he messed this up. He really did. We're gonna lose because of time. But the position is Mintox. It really is. Okay, that was not smart. I walked into, I think, knight d4 here. And the pin is on. Yeah, my opponent did it now. Oh, yeah, but my opponent keeps on missing now kindergarten tactics left and right and center. As a result of which, they're now dead lost. But, yeah, no time. No time. That was a cool game, though. That was a cool game. I really like the opening. I feel like from that very passive Caro-Kann, we fought back like champions. Defenstrator. Okay. Defenestration was a thing in the medieval times when people would be thrown out of the window. Believe it or not. Ah! Mr. Thompson, rewind the vid. You will thank me after. Rewind. Rewind and thank me later. What the hell have I done here? I think I've forgotten a4 earlier on. Yeah, this is looking bad now. Be warned, this is dog poo. This is not how you play Catalans, but yeah. What can we do? Bishop d5 is also not how you play Catalans, by the way. That's a very random move. Now I have rook e1 e4, no? Oh no, rook e1, they take d4. Okay, do I have e4 right now? Knight e4. Knight e4, bishop e4, rook e1. Looks like a lot of fun. Somehow. Wait, even let's say they just go back to d5, knight g5, bishop g2. Do I have some sacks? Queen h5? No. Yeah, I really want to make it work. Okay, whatever, let's go. Yeah, that's the move I was worried about, to be honest. That guy there. So knight g5 here, and then I wanted to do some tactic. But I don't know if I have any. What was that? Is that a... Oh, throwbacks! Thank you! Thank you! Let's go here. Wait, why did I do that? That doesn't make any sense. I thought I had a trick on this, but I don't. Okay, this is bad news. So do I have knight g5? Bishop takes, knight e6 takes, rook takes. King here. Doesn't look like it, right? Yeah, I completely threw this game away in the most idiotic way. Okay, I'm gonna bluff. I'm gonna bluff. So g6, queen h6, bishop d5, queen here, rook here, knight h7, knight d7, and we're dead. That's basically the cleanest way for black to destroy me here. I didn't see that move. Let's hope he plays knight c6. Oh wow, that is beaut. That is beaut. I missed that. Yeah, I feel like I missed the chance there. I feel like I missed a few chances there, but I misplayed the opening. I forgot completely what I was meant to do there. Oh, the same guy that tried the... no, we're not going to play Caro-Kann again, that's for sure. Maybe, Kevin, I wasn't thinking straight there. Time trouble, panicking, kicked in a bit. Well, I wasn't panicking, I was just playing slowly. The frick is that? You definitely never ever want to trade this. But this is a bit concerning, I must say. Yeah, whatever. I'll pull the bishop back to h6. Oh, b4. Okay. Okay. Alright. How are we going to generate kingside play here? Let's pull this guy back here and then queen h4 and then take it from there. Queen d3, wanting to hurt this guy down here. I don't know what I'm gonna do if they take this. I decided to act like that was all part of a plan. Let me assure you it is not. g3. I mean, now after... I mean, if they take this and I go check and we get a light squared bishop, that will be a thing. I don't think this was necessarily bright. I didn't even realize this was hanging, by the way. Not that I think they should ever go there. Knight f3 is now made. Funnily enough, Gotham is totally on the money there. Panic doesn't lead anywhere good. And I wasn't panicking. I was just playing poor chess because I didn't have time to calculate. It's very rare that I would panic in chess. I've lost way too many games to know better. This is a good move, which annoys me because I don't know what to do. Maybe here? I don't know. This doesn't look healthy. I just wanted to somehow put pressure here by not hanging my knight on d4. Bishop h3, rook f2, I didn't see a follow-up. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe bishop h3 and then rook f7 and double was a plan there. Now maybe they just... Yeah, there. Sweet. So take, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes here is going to be a problem because we have a pin here. Yeah, I regret this move big time. Okay, I don't know what to do. Really? Oh wait, if I take this, they have rook e6. Sheesh. That's a problem, isn't it? Wait, I can just take this. This bishop takes a take. If knight takes, then I can take this. Yeah, I think they blundered, but I'm playing again slowly and I'm not going to be able to do anything with this. I think I'm gonna call it last. Hello, Brazy. Yeah, I'm gonna call it last, Blitz, and then we will have a look at 4Y's game that is submitted for anal. Clearly my opponent didn't reckon with this possibility because they are in the think tank now. That cannot be right. Now we should be just winning. Right? Check now. Yeah, this is over. Now I've got mate here. I mean, let's give a check and then another just to win some time. Oh, that's great. Thank you. I mean, that's the easiest way for me to win for sure, right? Bring on the end game. Oh, shit! Ouch! That hurt. Thankfully, he was playing nonsensical moves. Alright, nothing like finishing on a win. Okay, I take that. But I didn't play this game too well. Alright, let's log out because I think that 4Y sent it to me to my main account. No, 4Ys, where is the game you sent, buddy? Don't forget the merch shop, ladies. The merch shop is on. And the sale is running out soon, so it is your time to score something right now. I think Kevin Judith Polgar would definitely come before many of those names you put in. I don't know how you define influential, but I think Capablanca wouldn't be as high as you think it is. Alright, 4Y in the house, ladies and gentlemen, and the game analysis. Alright, let's go. Our friend is white. Oh, the mouse slip variation. Brilliant. Okay. The mouse slip variation. Let's go. I have no idea what this is going on here. Your opponent is dead already and we only played 3 moves. How is that even possible? Very good. 4Ys, I have a very bad feeling that this game analysis is going to last 50-second stops. This is not going to be particularly good value for money, brother. Hey Daniel Landau, Mr. Landau, how are you going? Alright, let's see what is cooking here. Take E6, yep. Yep. Rook E1, yep. Rook E6, very good. Very good. D3, please, or B3. Either or is fine, yeah. D3, good. I guess Bishop G5, yep. Rook E1, yep. This is how you play chess, folks. And Rook takes E7, and Black resigned. Yeah, I will, because this is not going to be value for money, brother. I mean, this was probably 100, right? Like, did you get 100 point score point for this from the engine? At least 97, I would say. The fuck? 89? How is this 89.5? What? Look at this. How, bro? Like, how? 0, 0, 0, 10, 0, 0, not even 90. That, my friend, is the definition of you have been robbed. Bullshit, you played perfect moves. That is total, absolute bollocks. Alright, now let's have a look at some actual chess, because this was gifted to you for free. 5 wins back to back. Booyah, baby. Okay, let's see this. This win seems to have a few. Lost in 9. Hello. We blundered a piece. This looks butt ugly. Okay, I opened up a few. We're very quickly gonna go through them. Okay, so if you play here bishop c4 instead of retaking on d4, and they play c5, what is the most natural move that is not castle here for white? Gory has now officially become an IM with a stunning rating climb. Wasn't he like super close rating wise? Or am I smoking something? I thought that he was short by like 1 or 2 rating points. E5. How is that a principled move, bro? Yeah, funny how now bishop g5 is also negative because it forces your opponent to develop pieces. Yeah, he's good. Gore is great, for sure. Especially now that he dropped the Grandmaster. I'm quite surprised that no one has the right idea except for Ares. Like, c3 guys should be here. Basic instinct. No, and why would bishop takes f7 work? Honestly. That is not a principled move here. You have no reason to assume that this would work. Like, after you sack this piece, you've got one piece out, man. Knight g5, I warranted. That's definitely on. But after knight h6, I don't see a way to go forward. And bishop e7 is gonna hit with a tempo. So I don't like this. I would play c3 or nothing. Because this is very serious, attempting the opponent to continue developing your pieces. And then either queen b3 or knight c3. Both of them look fabulous. I don't like castles here because it puts zero pressure on black. I want to capitalize on our lead in development, and castles doesn't help you to do that. Anyway, let's move on. Jesus Christ, f6. Okay, c3 good. I don't understand this move. Like, why are we not either playing here queen b3 or retake c3? Oh, Muro Tabli Bionic. Good. I keep forgetting who that witty alien guy is, and the fact that he would go bishop f7 says a lot. Don't do that. Yeah, rook e1 I don't get. This is a bit mysterious. That's all fine and dandy that you want to lure them to here, but the reality, my friend, is that if you want to compare the situation of what would you rather have, a knight on c3 or a bishop on b2, then hands down you want the knight on c3 because it's en route to an outpost, whereas your bishop on b2 is not really contributing in a meaningful way. So if you don't want to retake this, the only way to gambit it well in my book is queen b3 because it creates a double threat. But this is just like a pass. This doesn't make... This, again, you played a move that did not add value to the position. There's nothing as a result of your move you can play now that you couldn't play here. And you want to avoid moves like that, especially when you are kilometers ahead. Fuck. Ugh! And in saying that, you actually had e5 here. Because the key motif here is this check, yeah? The nicest variation goes like this. Takes, and probably take, here, check, here, and check. So now I just justified your rook e1. That's what chess looks like when it's played well, my brother. He is the alien gambit guy. Bad opening, but very fun for blitz. That says it all for me. Fair enough. Yeah. This is where it hurts. Hello? Not taken, my friends. Not taken. This is the same story like my date proposal to Sydney Sweeney. Not taken. Hi, hi. Okay, so queen d5 is probably winning. Ironically, check is winning. e5, sure e5. I mean, come on. e5 it, baby. Hi, coach. What are your thoughts on Gotham's Dark Knight Gambit? I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, I read that chat like 5 years ago. Yeah, this e5 thing is next level. Is next level. That would have been an absolutely glorious moment here. e5, baby. Now if they take your bishop, then you takes the pawn. That's what the kids say, right? The I takes, they takes. And then you keeps on takesing. And then you have got a Matutski! Booyah, baby. Wait, what? Yeah, bishop d5 was definitely not it. That's a very timid move. Yeah, you keep on missing e5 here as a complete wreckage. And then we won. You missed a lot of very powerful knockouts here. But ultimately the checkmate was beautiful. Good job. Good job. Alright, next. Yeah, this knight g4 is too soon, brother. Because the bishop has squares to go to where it's not that bad. You should either have castled or bishop g4 even. Maybe knight d7 is playable here. Yeah, knight d7 is also good. Yeah, nah. This is not looking good. Oh, come on, mate. Like, knight. Knight. And then pawn c6 and then king c7. Bishop d7 is sinfully ugly here. Now you understand why it needed to be knight. Did we miss it? Bishop h6, asking for a friend. Yep, completely missed it, covers it all right. EF takes king e7. Yeah, you are in all sorts of trouble. Imagine if you had the knight on d7 right now. You would be one move away from positional domination. So let me show you this, what it should have looked like. So knight d7, I will play out the identical moves. Bishop g3, c6, f4, take, take, king e7. And now if they don't go check after knight e5, you are strategically... well, I wouldn't say winning, but in a completely dominant position. The knight is dogpoo, can't come in. The IQP is blockaded, supported by the bishop. Super easy play. And instead we opted to get mated. Like, I don't know what you were thinking when you played king e6 here instead of just dropping back. And you're still actually okay. Like, bishop here, and knight d7. It looks bad. It is bad. But you're not dead. King e6 is like, whoa. What were you thinking, man? Never go backwards. Except when it's a king. Yeah. Alright, well, interesting games there. Some interesting games there. Alright, I want to see my game that I played in the Alekhine against Mr. Baron. Oh, I'm not denying that you are on the upswing. Ha! My game! This is ridiculous. Do you remember the Alekhine game that I played? It has got 2 mistakes in it, and I still got a 93. Clearly this whole system is biased towards rated players. Look at that. That was the Alekhine game that I started the stream with. 93, even though I made 2 mistakes. How? And those 2 mistakes will be a5 and e6. I bet my life on it. No, I don't. Actually, I don't bet my life on it. But let's have a look. Yeah, okay, a4 was dodge. Oh, queen g7 was the bad move. Sheesh. And e6, yeah. Okay. I mean, the whole point is to play e6. If you don't play e6, what are you even doing, right? Like, no one plays here ed. That's the lamest shit ever. By the way, ironically, after ed, black's best move here, e5. That is so cool. Apparently the engine thinks that white has a sizable advantage here, by the way. That's very funny. Gets past 0.6 here for white. And if I take back like so, it just gets better. Knight f6 mistake. e5 needed to be played. Yes, baby! Yes, baby! Bring on the Brillante. Brillante! Suck on that. Queen G's... Really? The fuck? Oh my god! Oh, no! I wanted to play this, and I didn't play it because of King F8. Can you guys see what I missed? Oh my god. Even now, I don't quite understand it, though. It's not winning. But I missed there an idea that was absolutely marvelous. What is White's move after he that justifies the full rock? Yes, Gozzy! Oh! The Chess Dojo is coming in strong! What a time! What a time, Chess Dojo! I think that was Kostya training for his 28 hundo. Welcome in, Raiders, welcome in. Perfect timing to see the sexy. In this position I played Queen G7. And I went on to win. Cool blitz game. And look at this, man. Check. I rejected this on account of King F8. But Rook A3. Which is the whole point, of course, of this variation. But, like, I don't get why it's so strong. Like, after check bishop here, yes, I take this, take. Oh. After King E8, I can still utilize the bishop. So, let's try a null move, yeah? I played it, buddy, like an hour ago. That was the first game of the stream. It's not even Rook F3. It's Rook G3. What? Oh my god. What is going on? New chessable course incoming, ladies. The Wild Alekine. Holy Moses. This is like +6. There's no moves left. Okay. So it turns out, because I thought that the idea was check. And then check and then take it from here, right? Which also is completely winning. But Rook G3. Hello. Makes it even stronger. Boomski. That is a boomski. Ay. That is some sexy sheesh. Like the ancient stop move here is C6. With the idea of paving the way for the king to escape and just jettisoning everything along the way. Which is white is a piece up and see you later, alligator. So best move according to the machine here is H5. Which in itself is a miracle if anyone finds that. The idea being that after Rook G3 there is Bishop G4. So this move forces me into the line with Rook F3. And after Bishop F6 we go check, take, and I'm guessing Rook G8. 3 rather. But I'm guessing wrong, it's just check. Come on, get off it! What the hell? What is this? Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. That's insane. So they have to go to D7. And I suppose it is time to introduce the bishop. Wait, what? So ultimately, the engine thinks that the best line for white is to get your queen on e4 when the king is on e8. So something like check here and queen here. I mean, who finds this move? Hello? What is going on here? That is unfindable as a concept from here. That the winning idea for white is to maneuver your queen to e4. Hi, ay. Yeah, but I mean, it's a kindergarten one more threat, yeah? But it turns out that it's incredibly difficult to stop. And now if king d7, you can just take the polgar. And mate. And if knight d7, then we have got check, king here, and I don't know, rook g3, I guess. And I guess correctly. Ah, man, this is the wildest shit ever. Wow. Wowee. So one more time. There. We go here, check, here. I mean, bishop d4 is hanging, so you don't necessarily mean that, right? So if I get out of the way like this, check. Where are we going now? I suppose just check here and rook f8. That's not an everyday multi-feeder to win the queen, right? I need to celebrate this, guys. This was insane. I didn't even realize how rich this game was. We already looked at 97. 97 is a bad line. So, king here, check here, and if 97, then you go check, and then you go here. I made. Oh, bishop e5. Yeah, that's a good call, Mr. Landau. Yeah. Yeah, that's valid, actually. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that goes... Oh, that same idea, though. Check, and rook f8, yeah? So check, and rook f8. Wins again the queen. Which makes me wonder if after a4, the only playable line is a5. And the answer is yes. That is nuts. And here, of course, the line that everyone likes to go for is this dodgy rook a3, rook lift. Which I love dearly. This is the move that messes with my head. Because I usually play knight f3 here and it's not good. You're supposed to take. Let's say they take back. And then rook g3 is already a move, but d4 is the engine's choice. And after knight c6, you swing the rook across here. Yep, celebrating with strawberries, that's the plan. Bishop e7. The idea is that if you take bishop f6, so we play knight, one knight out, let's say knight c3, castles, knight f3. It does look like a backhouse game, right? Where you lost your rook, your opponent regained it, sorry, your partner regained the rook, gave it back to you and you dropped it on g3. That's what this looks like. But objectively speaking, this is nothing to write home about for white. Still fun. Still fun. And we win. Hello? Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. That is a move and a half. To deny the pin on the e4 knight so that when they take, you take this and king is busted. I don't remember the last time I had so much fun with the opening analysis that was bordering the unsound. Oh boy, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I think I tried in a couple of games knight f3 here, but it's not good because after bishop out, your rook can't swing across. So yeah, you have to take. What do we do against knight c6 though? d4, right? And if d6, then we take again. And if they take this way, then again, you can swing across. And if e5, then knight f3. f5, c5. Very rational. Very, very rational. dc, bishop b5. Any questions? Freaking out. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. I mean, imagine playing a game like this. This feels like you're back in the 1860s. Hello, am I the only one who is absolutely blown away? Like, what is even going on? I'm not playing anything, Jazz. Hello, Tana. Like, this is crazy. This is madness. Rook g7, I guess, is met by queen f6. That doesn't look good, yeah? This cuts out castles, so what's wrong with this? Oh, hangs b6. Oh! That's the point of the move. Not only is it cutting out castles, but denies any queen move on account of take. Aha! Understand your moves, ladies. Rook e1. Thread is take, maybe. Yes, it is actually. h6 and naturally rook e5. Because what else? This is the best shit I have done in a long time. Wow. Hello, Rivaldo. Fee boy, that was fun. That was fun. All right, let's solve some puzzles. Let's solve the weekly puzzles, yeah? I haven't done that for ages. I need to find an appropriate cut. Let's see last week. Let's see last week. That looks like a check here, mate. Okay. Next. That looks like checkmate. Not yet, Sweet Blues. No, maybe I should, because I haven't received any purchases for the last 15 hours or so. You guys are slacking out on making me happy. This looks like check and mate, and if the king goes to e1, then there is a mate here. Alright, I hope you guys are solving with me. White to move. So this feels like check. But then after here, I don't have a way to decoy the queen. Oh yeah, I do actually. So it's check, g5, then queen check. And if pawn blocks, then queen takes. And if queen takes, then mate. Gozzy, are you shitting me right there, or what is that? Like, I have got YouTube videos, my friend, about book recommendation. This IM is good at chess, sometimes. Sometimes. Oh, this is glorious. Queen check, king takes, knight check, king e8, bishop mate. Oh, give it to me, baby. Because are you even playing chess if you are not sacking your queen? Which is on the merch, by the way. This feels like this. But that's wrong, because after rook takes, I don't have... And yet, it feels like the idea. Oh, Tana! Cheers, buddy! Yeah, in retrospect, I think it's just gonna be here, retrospect, whatever. And then rook check. Is it gonna be queen here, c3, check, king up, and then check, and then rook takes, and then check take? That would be absolutely crazy city. Hello! Hello! How good is this human? How good is this human? Wait, what day is this? That's Sunday, so this is last, and that's a study. This is a studieren. I bet it's gonna be some shite like trading rocks. Bishop is gonna be somewhere on the diagonal. We allow promotion and then it's made here. So now we just need to figure out how to engineer that. Oh, I know. It's rook d5, rook d5, bishop moves. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Rook d5, rook d5. But where do I go with the bishop? It's key that we find the correct square. So what is the difference between these three? So let's say for argument's sake I play bishop e3. Now mate threat is on. Oh, they have rook g5. And then bishop check, rook g6. And now there's a stalemate motif if I stay on the diagonal. So rook d5, rook d5, bishop random, rook g5, bishop check, rook g6. And now we need to find a way to cleanly win the rook. So I need to facilitate the king move. So if in that position my bishop was on d2, then after king h2, it's zugzwang, they have to come here. That's it. So, OMG, how good is this guy? Okay, I don't understand. What do I do after this? Oh, then I go king h2. Oh, that's why the bishop needed to be an e3. No, I actually don't understand why the bishop needed to be an e3. But now, oh, king h4, king here. So now I need to go here. Okay, I don't understand why it needed to be bishop. What's wrong with bishop d2? I feel like I was so close with this one. So rook d, bishop d2. Ah, that. That is beautiful. That is absolutely gloriously beautiful. That's what we sucked in, ladies. And I can't take because of stalemate. Hi. Wait. So the solution is bishop e3. So now if I go rook f5, bishop f5. Oh, I told you that there will be a line where the bishop mates. Because now I can't take this. But I have bishop d7, queen and mate. This is actually the main line. Ah, man. Now we have come a full circle. I think it's Rink, Henry Rink. Now I have come full circle. That is absolutely spectacular. No, I don't see it anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it's Henry Rink. Alright, I think Tanner sent us a game, didn't he? Yes. Is it the bottom one, Tanner? Omiro, love your e4, e5. Jeez, buddy. I'm very, very happy. If you have had some cool games with it, don't forget to send it to me. Of course it was a study. That we knew that from the offset. Like, that was never in doubt. Is there a reason, Tanner, we went this and not this? Out of curiosity, I'm asking this. Also, why are you not telling me, guys, that I'm on the wrong cut? I would go d3 here. Anyway, let's move on. Good. Good. No, f3 was fine. Wait, what? You didn't want to help them to develop the bishop? I don't understand that. You mean surely that after d3 they play here, right? But I don't see a problem here. Like, what's the problem here? This looks totally fine as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, what you did was also totally fine. Yeah, but dude, like, you're talking nonsense because you're telling me that you didn't want to develop their bishop. Well, but you develop your own as well, so that doesn't count as an argument at all. Like, hello? Like, yes, they developed theirs, and you did yours too. Like, as soon as these queens come off, my friend, both bishops will develop. Like, you can't do anything about that. So, instead of commiserating that their bishop has moved, celebrate that yours has too. That is not a, in my opinion, that's an irrational argument to make. Like, once queens coming off, like, one tempo is not gonna break the house. It's the extra pawn that is going to decide the game. So you shouldn't have been reluctant to engage with that. Likewise, like, your bishop is out now. It's like, yeah, and so is theirs. Like, do you really feel like you have won anything here? Yeah. I don't think so. Now I'm gonna show you here something very, very cool that a lot of people would not consider here. And that is to force them to play the move that they wanted to do because it's dog shit. To be very precise, take, 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 knight takes, pawn c4, and we're going to be feasting on the two bishops here like crazy. For example, knight f6, bishop f4. And black is more or less cooked here already. If c6, you can go bishop d6. Maybe knight d4 even. Castles. Black is struggling here big time. That would have been a very dynamic way to play. Okay, so I'm not 100% certain about this, but I will let it slide. So yeah, yeah, no, you know what? This is totally fine. Never mind. I'm talking bullshit. Yep. 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 Hold the front door. Why are we not checking? Hey, Tindy! Yeah, exactly. So check here, piss off, and black is cooked. Somewhat ironically, even better than knight g5 would have been bishop f4. Just best the black every possible way, but knight g5 was fine. But this is a textbook case of I don't understand what you're doing, because if after knight g5 f6 you don't see bishop f7 and your best idea is to come back, then why are you playing knight g5 in the first place? It just doesn't make sense. So this is a textbook case of well, either piece ball calculation really, or no calculation whatsoever. Because the fact that you came back tells me you didn't see f6. But you didn't play knight f7. This is what I mean. That somewhere your calculation broke down and you still played the move. Tindy, you should watch the YouTube section. The very first game I played on the stream today, and the game analysis an hour and a half later were both absolute bangers. So one of the many criminal activities that you observe in Australia is, and I don't know why and how they do this, is that they harvest strawberries that look like this. So when you look at the tip of the fruit, it's completely ripe, but the top is completely unripe and inedible. And I don't understand for the life of me, why the fuck do they harvest this and sell it? Very frustrating. I bet they are, Tana. I bet they are. In Australia, it's a serious challenge to eat decent strawberries because they are all, I think, pre-harvested, and then they try to ripen them when they post-harvest, which makes no freaking sense whatsoever to my mind, but yeah. Alright, anyway, let's go. So we played this knight g5. I don't understand how this broke down, but here's some calculation hurdle happened. And now we sucked in this. Bullshit, is it a Canberra thing, mate? Like, we don't have fruits in Canberra. This is all brought here from Queensland. This is not a Canberra thing at all. This is grown and harvested in Donnybrook Berries Pty Limited in Queensland. So don't tell me it's a Canberra thing. Bullshit. It's an Australia thing. I've never ever seen the quality of strawberries in Australia that you get to eat in Hungary when it's in season. Absolutely freaking not a Canberra thing. This is a great idea to get yourself out of a pickle. No, Hayden, I'm thinking that I will do the arena tomorrow, actually. I will do the arena tomorrow. I will put a link up soon for an arena, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah. That is quite likely, Tindy, that there is 2 ways of harvesting strawberries. The shit ones go to Canberra, and the rest goes everywhere in the country. Okay, Tanner, this was a heartbreaker, brother. So this is what you needed to do here. Develop the remainder of your pieces, and when they throw this c5 shit at your face, then you deal with it. Now, one way to deal with it is simply to park the bishop in here and then rook, and black is cooked because the king is stuck in the middle. Or if you want to be very confrontational, you can play c4. What's the difference between an arena and a Swiss? I thought that the arena was a Swiss. Oh, I see. In the arena, as soon as you start a game, finish a game, you start a new one. Fair. I can make it Swiss. That's not a problem. I didn't know that. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. I like the idea. Now, you tried to be very creative here, and I want to send a shout out to you for that. But it wasn't quite happening. Now, I want to see how you lost it, though, because I think there's a fair chance for white to hold this. Yeah, this is nothing untoward so far. I'm not a fan of this because the pawns get fixed on white. Yeah, I take it back. It's actually an absolute ass to try to hold this. This would have been a neat tactic. Nah, don't do that. Oh, actually, wait. Wait. Take. I don't get this, aren't we? Yeah, this is death. Yeah, I don't know why you did this, but whatever. I guess it was desperation. That was not a loss that you deserved, in my opinion. Rough is the best I have for you. It was rough. Tindy, have you got a game that we could look at from you, brother? Courtney, you missed the best game of the week. Trav, yeah, I have been very, very slowly working on an endgame course. I will get there in the end. That's the one that is currently in the pipeline, they say. And also, now I got very inspired to work on this other kind line. Oh, someone ordered shit from my spread shop. Yes, baby! Courtney, have you seen the shop yet? Why have you not started playing yet, buddy? Oh, you did? Good on ya. 4 pawns attacking against the other kind. Because the reason why I didn't put it in my course is because it's very, very theoretical. Like, you need to know in the main line about 22 moves of theory. And also it is a line that Alekhine players are prepared for. Oh, no pressure, Courtney. I was just curious. Oh, sure, Sweet Blues. I would be happy to do that. Chuck in one game, I will have a look at it, and I think that could well be us for today. The first game of the stream was mental, Courtney, and then about a year and a half, about an hour and a half later, I analyzed the game, and it was an absolute belter. Dude, it's the first, literally first thing in the stream. It was actually Melbourne FM called Michael Barron. But it's literally the first game of the stream. So if you watch it on YouTube, you don't need to fast forward anyway. First game of the stream. So where is the game from? Oh, Sweet Blues just gave me the link. Okay. Hold the horses. Here we go. Sweet Blues in the white trunks. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's a Caro Cantal. Okay, cool. Oh, no. Wait, what? Dude, you blundered your pawn. What? You are most welcome, Tana. We are most welcome, buddy. Oh, I'm not playing games, buddy. It's very rare that I do, and when I do, it's usually announced. Not F3, you need to play F4. Fuck F3. F3 is not a chess move. Why do you want to defend something that is not hanging? You develop or you just keep going. These are the accepted measures. Or bishop E3 even. Like F3 is butt ugly and you never want to do that. Okay, so knight F3 catastrophe. And not only is it a blunder, but it makes no sense positionally either, because the whole point is that we want to go for F4, F5. So it's both a positional and a tactical blunder. Because now after H5, you're not going to have an adequate answer. You will either have to take or push. And in either case, you're going to lose control of the F5 square for life. Not good. Okay, this is good. Yep. Isn't knight B5 just game winning here? Asking for a friend. Why are we not killing this guy? Knight B5, GG, yeah? Looks very strong indeed. 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 Oh, by the way, what was the score in Sinner Musetti? So what did we do instead? Bishop d3. Looks acceptable. I do like your play here, despite the fact that it's not the most aggressive. Queen c7. Now that is literally begging to be beheaded. Oh, mate! How can we play bishop f4 in a rapid game? Sweet blues, sweet Jesus. Bro, like, why are you defending? That's criminal. And even if you don't see knight b5, what you should do is, if you give up a pawn, which you have done, why don't we give it up by constantly developing our shit with rook e1 and carnage? This is what chess looks like, right? Granted, you need to see here that after d4 we have got bishop b5, but that is just how chess works when we are developed and they aren't. Very beautiful line, mind you. Knight d4, what? Knight d4 here, you mean? It's not a blunder, but I don't understand what you're trying to do. What's the purpose of this move again? Because if you want knight b5, that's good to go now. That doesn't need knight d4. So I'm not sure what the point of this move is. Like we agreed that knight b5 is game winning here and is carnage. So it's a bit foolish to look beyond that. But if we were to look beyond that, then it's 100% queen d2. Okay, let's move on. Bishop f4 made very little sense because we're losing a pawn anyway. I would have 100% castled here. I knew that this is what I was gonna see. That you play c3 and then you castle. Like, why do you play c3 if you want to castle anyway? Like, why don't we just castle? That is so random. And you see it so often. Yeah, wanted to trade because he likes to trade. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that statemental question. Then you are still here. Abdirashid Mohamud. Welcome, buddy. There is no general rule of thumb to that because that's a very unique case. So it depends on other factors. Because if your opponent's bishop can get behind your pawns and you cannot do the same to them, then you're losing all your pawns. But if they cannot, then it's a wise strategy to follow. Whereas if you put your pawns on the same color as your bishop, then their bishop can't attack it. But usually what that means is that you create gaps in between your pawns that your bishop can't control, and so the enemy king might use them to infiltrate. So it's difficult. It's better described and better understood in context when you look at actual positions. Anyway, I don't understand why we played his c3, and since I'm not getting an answer from Sweet Blues, I'm gonna move on. Once again, I dislike this move. I would have played bishop g3 because it facilitates f4, f5, which is what we want to do. f3 does not contribute to our position in any way, shape, or form. Okay, this is the wrong pawn. And I don't know what you were thinking when you pushed it. Because now if they get blocked off on this side, you have got a fat pawn here, right? If anything, you should have pushed this pawn up to make sure that these get blockaded on black, given that there's a strong likelihood that this is going to be a dark squared bishop v dark squared bishop scenario. Yeah, so unless you play g6 in the next few moves, you are in trouble here. Yeah, so this is the ultimate. This should have never, ever, ever happened. And the best part of this is that this positional suicide was 100% your doing. Your opponent didn't accomplish this. You have accomplished this for them. That now you have got an absolutely clogged up kingside with a miserable bishop. The only reason why this position is still quite decent for white is because the pawn on d4 is too far advanced. You can pile up on this, and occasionally you can even break with b4. But what you've done to yourself on the king side was the ultimate never ever do that scenario. You put all the pawns in the wrong color in the wrong square. So instead what you should have done there is to pull this back here. Let's assume that they do the same, and then f4 and then f5. Trying to put more and more of them on white rather than on black. This I would be in favor of if our heavies were ready to cash in on. Like I would have liked to do this with the queen already on e4 and this rook on d3. With other words, why are we rushing all of this? Like I would have liked to see here rook h3, queen e4, rook across, and do that. Yeah, okay, so we got there. Yeah. Now a4 is ugly though. Yeah, you missed the tactic here. It's very unfortunate. Because strategically speaking, you played great. But you missed the tactic here. Which was that after king b to a4, queen move, bishop takes c5 drops. I don't really want to give you grief for that because it's a difficult tactic to see. Case in point, your opponent didn't see it. And now you are winning. Rook d4. I'll be honest with you, that move would have never occurred to me in this position to play. Chat, what move would you play here for white? Let's see if I'm the only one who is bad at chess or others are as bad as me. The pawn break is f5 and you don't need to shift pieces smarter road for that. I mean, that is the only pawn break in that structure, right? I will go back to that later, but yeah. So what do we move here, chat? I would go king d3, but then after rook c8, it's not so easy to obtain the open file. Rook b1, I have no idea what that is even trying to do. Why would you put this rook here? What? Oh, Mr. Bird Chess. Are you bird memes? Or are you a different dude? So call me crazy, but I like to treat endgames like easy business. So I don't understand rook d4. I don't know what the rook does on d4. It's a mystery to me. I totally am at a complete loss as to what that move does. My understanding of rook endings is that rooks like to be where? On the open file. Let's go on the open file. Philin, that is true that we need rook exchange. It's never going to happen. So don't hold your breath on us rook trading. It's not going to happen. Rook here. And now your next move is king d3. So let's say they move king. Sorry, king here. Obviously, rook check is useless because they can't afford a trade. So just a waste of time. King here. And now your rook is on the open file. And your king is approaching the weakness. And you're dominating. After rook d4, I don't even know what your next move is going to be. I honestly am totally at a loss. And then what? I have no idea what you're doing here. I don't think you do. Maybe now f5 and king f4 is a legit break though. You are so winning that we can't mess this up. But this whole shebang with rook here and then running in circles with the king was very, very bad. Okay, so now I don't see why we wouldn't just go f5 and just in and game over, yeah? Like kindergarten. And that justifies what you did. We play rook d2. Okay, yeah, right, whatever. So if your next move is rook c2, I get it, but I don't understand why we don't play f5 here. It's just so easy and simple, no? Like, isn't this a no-brainer? The rooks belong to behind passes, kind sir, when the opponent's king can't blockade it. Like, imagine your rook was here. What would you do now? Absolutely nothing. Like, you having the rook behind the passer furthers your case none whatsoever. Because you cannot pursue the pawn because the king is right in front of it, right? So, no. The rook belongs to the open file. It would be true. This idea would be brilliant if the black king was here. That's, Mike, when you want to have your rook behind the pawn because it forces the enemy rook to oppose it, which is pathetically passive. Here, it's a total waste of your only piece. F5, I don't understand why we didn't play. And I'm not getting a response to that. Yeah, okay. The conversion is decently neat. I don't like this king move because when you put your king here and here, you will be checked. You want to go here and then support the pawn, not here. Because you want to hide from checks. My point. Like, check again. I mean, you would have been forced to find the correct plan, which is king here, but your opponent instead opted to get a mate in one. Overall, not a bad game, buddy. But there was a lot of love missed out. The further away it is, well, so this is how it goes, Chloe. If the king can't blockade the pawn, then your rook behind the pawn is a sensible policy because it forces the enemy rook to blockade it. If the king can get beneath the pawn, then your rook doesn't belong behind the pawn more often than not. That should be a rule of thumb. As for the dude about the pawn structure and the break, so this is a French pawn structure where the only pawn break you have is f4 and f5. This doesn't count as a pawn break because black can dodge it. This creates an unavoidable tension. This is your pawn break here. This also results in you being able to eke out an open file for yourself if they don't engage, which is to go in and go in. Therein lies your answer, Mr. Daniel. Therein lies the answer. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please do yourself a favor. Check out the merch shop. How do you think? Is it low-key easier to play black at amateur level in terms of playing e4 and you have to prevent differences in as black you only need... Yeah, that's not necessarily relevant as far as skill level is concerned, is what I was trying to say. On all levels, generally speaking, your black repertoire is narrower than white. So that's an everlasting problem. Your white repertoire by default is always far greater than your black. So it is what it is. And for that reason, some people do feel the way you do, that yes, it's easier to play with black. Smurfett, go and check out the first game I played on stream. It was some fun shenanigans. Go and check it out on YouTube. Alright, folks, that's gonna be us for today. Who the fuck are we raiding today? Everyone is welcome. Okay, I don't know what to do. Give me the link. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Take care, lovely humans. I will be back tomorrow. I can't raid it. What? Why can't I raid this thing? I don't get this. Ah, finally. Finally. Buyers.